Today on Conversation with Cochise, we have a college friend of mine, John Hall, the Ultimate Barber. We're going to discuss how he went from working a finance job 9 to 5 to pursuing his entrepreneur dreams.
The Ultimate Barber. The Ultimate Barber. Get on started in Del Rey, haircuts in the basement.
Okay, today we're here with John Hall, the Ultimate Barber. This is all where it started for us. Tell us how it started for you.
Basically, to tell you the truth, it kind of found me. I wasn't really interested in the barbering or anything like that, but you know, I had a guy. He said, "Man, I cut a buddy's hair, and I guess I did all right. I was scared to death. It took me about 45 minutes or so to get that cut, but I don't think I did anything. But you know, I guess he liked it. From there, I think he told a guy from here in the area, and he came and said, you know, hey, young, I know you. I hear you cutting hair. I said, nah, I'm not cutting hair. But he said, nah, you cutting hair. I need a haircut. So I really didn't want to do it because this particular guy had a reputation, and if the cut wasn't right, it was going to be a problem. So, but we went ahead, you know, did the cut, and man, he loved it. And basically, I had a car at the time, so we drove him back around what we used to call the way. Drove him back around there, you know, all the guys hanging out. He yelling out the window, "Look at my haircut! Look at my haircut! My young cut!" And then from there, that's, you know, just from the referrals, he was sending guys over. And next thing you know, I was the barber right here within the area.
How old was you?
15 at the time.
15 at the time?
15 at the time.
How much was cuts going for at that time?
And I was charging $2 for a haircut, $1 for a shave.
Okay, after college you came up here, you got a job where?
I went to my mother's shop, and I was cut there for 2 years. And my wife's then girlfriend at the time, she asked me why wasn't I working in my field where I graduated in, which is finance. And you know, I had thought about it. I said, you know what, that might be a good idea. So that's when I jumped into corporate America. From the barbering full-time. I was barbering full-time for about 2 years. And from there, that's when I switched over. And I was barbering in on the weekends for Saturdays and Sundays. And I was working in corporate.
How'd you like corporate America?
You know what? I took that job in corporate mainly to try to see how businesses run, and businesses run properly as far as how to treat your employees. And things of that aspect there. So that was the reason why I went ahead and decided to go into corporate.
How long were you in corporate?
I was in corporate from 98 to about 7 years. 7 years? 2005.
And what made you, on the day, your last day, like, you know, I don't want to do this, I want to be an entrepreneur? Was anything special happening?
Well, I think I stayed in corporate a little longer than I was supposed to. It was only supposed to be like about a 2-year thing. And I got somewhat complacent.
Okay.
I had from the bank job, I went to.
You think a lot of people get complacent?
Yeah.
Why is that?
You know, the money's good. The work's not hard.
Okay.
And you just get real comfortable. You know, you get real comfortable. In the grind that is out here, where you want to constantly succeed. When that paycheck's coming in, you're getting a raise each and every year. At the time, the freezes are going on now. Things are a little tougher, but at that time, you know, that's when the economy was booming, real estate was booming. So I mean, you know.
Do you remember what happened when you put in your 2 weeks notice, or anything that sparked?
Well, actually, I had informed them. I had let them know, because they were trying to actually set me up for a career where I was at in the government, and I just told them, I said, no, you know, I'm not planning on being here long. I eventually will be opening my own business soon. So, you know, they were a little disappointed because I was a real dedicated person. I was a hard worker. From them to tell me that I was like a rare find, hard to find. So they were a little disappointed they were losing a hard worker. But I gave them, you know, I think I gave them a 30 or 60 day notice. So
what was your next business venture after that? So you left corporate America.
Yes.
Then you went straight into your entrepreneur venture.
Yeah, and that was actually a full service salon and spa.
It's a franchise.
That was actually a
venture after that? So
That
you
was
left corporate America,
Yes.
then you went straight into your entrepreneur venture.
Yeah, and that was actually a full service salon and spa.
It's a franchise.
That was actually a franchise, and the reason why I went the franchise route was because within this area here, I wanted to open up within the Delray Old Town area, and they were saying that the market was saturated with salons. So when I went to put in my application for to acquire some space, some buildings, they were telling me that they weren't accepting any applications. So with that in mind, I said, well, I want to do this, so I got to figure out how I'm going to do it another way. So this is when I started researching, and I found a franchise. Actually, they had my name in it. It was John Rick International.
Okay.
When I went and used them actually to start acquiring space in and around the area with a commercial realtor.
So how old was you at this time?
I was 29.
29. So what's the process of getting a franchise? Your credit I guess your credit has to be spectacular. The money, how do you finance it? Is it a lot of out of the pocket expenses, or?
Yeah, that was a big one. I was going to banks, and I was trying to get financing that way. And you know, I did everything. My credit was A+. I had everything was paid off. Only thing I owed was my house. Everything else, credit cards, vehicle, all that stuff was paid off. So I'm thinking I'm going in there, you know, as an A1 client. You know, they're looking at me. And the business plan, you know, it took me about 6 months to get.
Did you do it yourself, or you had somebody else?
I did it myself. Like I said, it took about 6 months. I had to research the area, had to do the demographics, I had to look at the competition in and around the area. So business plan was on point for me, excellent business plan. Went into the banks, got turned down by 2 or 3 banks just because they were looking at my background and my experience and said I didn't have any managerial experience or any ownership experience in the past. So with that in mind, I said, well, I had a few investments that I had going on. So basically I funded my salon that I had. So that was out of the pocket. And that was big. That was like $350,000 we had to come up.
So with that, you had to put money up to secure, I guess, the commercial spot.
Yeah, we had to secure 2 months lease in advance. They were looking at that.
How much was that?
That was $16,000 I think we had to put up front.
How about to do the salon, or to
Man, build out was, because it was a vanilla shell. It was a brand new space. So it was a vanilla shell, nothing in it. That was like 120. Another 150 for the equipment. Then we had another 60 or 70 for inventory, as far as getting the products and everything, supplies and all that stuff within there too as well. So, like I said, we were running close to about 350.
350?
Yeah.
Now, would you ever do a franchise again?
Tell you the truth, it depends on which one you might go with. There's some good ones out here that I'm seeing right now, like a Chick-fil-A or something like that.
Okay.
Boom. So that, you know, something like that.
So do you have to pay franchising fee? How does that work?
They franchise fees. They want
What is a franchise fee? Explain.
actually franchise fee is actually owning the name. So whatever name you have there and being able to operate under that name, that's where your franchise fee comes in with that. Now, behind that, it's supposed to be as far as assistance too, as far as help you with your marketing.
Is the franchise fee every month, or?
No, actually, you have a well, it can be. It depends on the franchise that you're with. Sometimes you have the upfront that you have to pay, and then they might have a monthly, and then or what they'll have royalties too as well.
Oh, royalties.
Yeah, that you pay.
So you got a lot of costs that's that comes with also owning a franchise.
Yeah, but, you know, like I said, the support that they're supposed to give to you is really supposed to help you out and really lay the groundwork there. So there's some costs with them with that too as well, as far as doing traveling, like I said, with the marketing and stuff.
You was barber and had barbers. You also had a full hairdressers, manicurists. Now, how was it running guests from coming from a barbershop to a salon?
Well, basically, my background's in hair, so the hair side was strong. The spa side was something that was kind of new to me. So I really didn't know the mindset of the actual client that was coming in and what they were looking for. So that was more of the difficult task there. With that said, the barbering side that we had was good. Our main cash flow was coming from our barbering and our salon side with the girls. Where you kind of run into your issues was then your attitudes that were coming in to your place of business as far as the employees that you were bringing in.
When you say attitude, you mean like the different stylists?
Yeah. If you get from what I ran into and what I noticed, your younger stylists that were coming maybe like out of school, even not just the stylists, but I would say your technicians that were coming out of school, they didn't have that confidence, and it seemed like they didn't have the drive. So you need that within this type of business here, because you're a service-related business and you're dealing one-on-one with your clients. So you're building a relationship with them, and you have to show a level of professionalism so they can look at you and view as a professional. Now, when you get your experienced stylists or your technicians in there, then they're coming with attitude.
Okay.
So with that attitude, comes that they expect certain things, or they think that they're on a certain level that you can't tell them anything, that they're unteachable.
Oh, okay.
Coming in, you have like the overhead that I had, and the startup costs are so high, so you have to pay that first before you can really get paid yourself. And you'll find yourself working twice, 3 times as hard as you were working if you were out, working for somebody in corporate. So I was putting in triple the hours, and the compensation for that didn't match the hours that I was putting in there. And a lot of times you're wearing a lot of hats too as well. Okay. Had times when receptionists would call in, we didn't have a backup, who had to cover that. They had to be the boss. So you're working a lot of hours there, so it's put a lot of time.
Okay, let's talk about the transition.
And actually, I downsized, I transitioned out. I was examining everything, see how everything was going, and my comfort level, like I said, was in male grooming. So I decided to go ahead and close my place after 5 years. I didn't renew my lease. The renewal time was coming up, and I decided to say, let's go ahead and we'll close up shop, and I'll transition over to just male grooming, where I can mainly focus on what I really love to do. I had kind of lost my love and my passion for my barbering and actually what I do once I had opened up the salon and spa, because there's so much more that was involved, that was going on, and it just wasn't fun anymore.
Okay.
So once I came back and kind of downsized back to the male grooming, I got my love back again, and just having the ball now.
Now, how do you attract clients to you? What's your marketing? Is it just old people, old neighborhood friends, or how do you attract new clients?
Well, you know what? I had this 2 guys, 2 mentors that I gravitated to, and I took on. And these guys are internet marketers. Both of them are multi-millionaires, so they obviously was doing something right. And they taught me how to market on the internet. And mainly that's where I get a lot of my flow from. Okay. From off the internet. And what I target people that are just moving to the neighborhood. Being that we're in a vibrant neighborhood, an up-and-coming neighborhood, which is Delray, there's a lot of people that are relocating here because of it's so close to GW Parkway and 395, and a lot of these people are government contractors, government employees. I target new clients that way. Also target single parents, especially the mothers.
Where does your passion come from? Is it the security or the freedom? What drives you to be an entrepreneur?
Well, you know what? I'm very interested in the ways money's made, and what it kind of drives me, because there's money out there, and there's money to be got. You just got to go and get it. And the drive is just it just amazes me how different ways that you can make money.
Multiple streams.
And also multiple streams of income as well. But once I really sat down and focused, and because back when I was barbering back in the day, I was all over the place. A lot of us have what they call ADD in the entrepreneurial field, where you just can't stay focused on one thing.
You're all over the place.
Yeah, we're all over the place. So now, once I learned to actually focus on my barbering and to master that skill, that's when I noticed my income started going up.
Is that what they call a master barber?
No. That's something totally different. As far as with your master barbering, that there is where you actually mastered pretty much all the skills within barbering. And there's quite a few in there as well. It's more to it than just cutting your hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What my mentor has kind of taught me is that you want multiple streams of income, because your first stream of income should finance your second stream of income. Your second stream of income should finance your third stream of income. Your third stream of income should be what you actually base your lifestyle around.
Okay.
So with that third stream of income, you're basing your lifestyle around that. Now let's say what's going on now within the climate, where the economy gets kind of bad, something goes on, if something happens to that third stream, you are not hindered, because you still got a first stream and a second stream that you can still live off of.
What is your brand? Who is John Hall?
My brand right now, and actually I created it about a year ago, November 1st, 2010, which is now the Ultimate Barber. And I'm branding myself now as the Ultimate Barber, or I call myself a UB. So a lot of people now, when they call up and they see me, they're hearing on Facebook. I do a lot of social media marketing too as well. They ask for the Ultimate Barber, they ask for the UB. So with that, they know that I'm a barber. I'm a barber by trade, and I'm serious about my business there. If you notice, you see the McDonald's out here. They still market. They still do. Even though everybody knows them, they know their brand, they're still doing advertising. You'll still see their commercials on TV. You'll still see their ads in the newspaper. You got to constantly brand yourself. Keep branding yourself, and you got to keep advertising. You got to keep marketing. So I look at those big businesses and I tailor myself around that.
The ultimate barber. The ultimate barber. Get on started in Del Rey, haircuts in the basement. One cut was all it took. Couple of weeks I had them racing, in a shot to a lot. Neighborhood on lock. Word around town was that I was the new kid on the block.